Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a battle on the airfield map. Not everyone's favourite. Let's see how this plays out. We've got EBR Assassin, otherwise known as Hyphen Jr., in the Conqueror Tier 9 British heavy tank. So the main sort of issue with this map, it's fairly corridorish, and hopefully the first team that pushes will basically lose. So you've got to sort of hold your positions, but try and extract damage out of the enemy and not give away too much of your own hit points. So it can be tricky, and that's sort of why people don't really like it. Alright, so this is sort of the choke point, and this is where you can do some damage. I just managed to put a shot into the Charpentier 4. He's top tier, so it's a tier 8, tier 9 battle. And the Conqueror's not quite as strong as the Super Conqueror, of course, but for its tier, it's still got a good turret with good frontal armour. But you don't want to expose your lower front plate, typically like most tanks. But how do you do that without, to target the enemy? So it's basically looking for sniping shots here on cupolas and tanks that move out too far, like the Chrysler GF there. So it's just a matter of being patient, holding your position, and sort of looking for those opportunities to take the damage as and when it comes. And just got to trust that the rest of your team are holding the rest of the map so they don't get overwhelmed. So yeah, so there's two sides here. You've got, as in where the Charpentier 4 is, you just got to keep an eye on that side, just to make sure. And just you can see that Junior is pointing his gun out to the side. This is one of the things that people don't really think about too much, but there is a viewport on the end of your gun as it hits the mantlet, so if you can keep that exposed, you're going to keep that view of your enemies, so you don't have to expose the whole of your turrets. Yeah, it's taken a little bit of damage so far, but certainly in front in terms of the damage he's making. But yeah, by keeping vision of your enemies, you can do two things: pass that on to your own teammates, but also basically use 3D view, or third-person view I should say, not 3D, to understand which direction their turrets are pointing, etc. Alright, so the Charpentier 4 has come down another sneaky way. Goes for the tracking shot, and he does take some damage there because you can't sort of rotate his hull too quickly. And luckily the Charpentier 4 doesn't get hit. He's down very low hit points now. Alright, so he's going to continue working this position here. He's up to nearly 4k damage, which is just excellent. It looks like, yeah, the Charpentier 4 is gone, so that goes, there goes that annoying crossfire potential. And he's bouncing shots as well as soaking up damage on his tracks. Now he's got the opportunity to move a bit further forward. He's got a little sort of pocket here that he can use to rotate his tank and do the equivalent of side scraping. And now he's pushing on this 50 TP, I should say. But unfortunately that just didn't hit the right spot, so he's got to look for the lower point. And unfortunately the 65T takes the target away from him. Now of course the next spot is these TDs at the back. There's a Charioteer, and he should take him out there, which he does. Okay, Panzer 07. So again, this is where it gets dangerous. This is the pushing part. Have you got enough control? You've got crossfire possibilities. Whether they're going the other way, puts a nice shot into him, but it doesn't expose himself to the Tiger 2, which is good. And what's happening with the Panzer, he's probably pulled back at the moment, maybe too exposed, but you can look at the team results at the moment. They are really taking over the game right now. They haven't lost, well, they lost one tank, and he's going to get another kill here, it looks like. No, just not quite in time. But the TDs on the shelf here really don't have much option now. They can't really do a whole lot. They're really melting away, and can Junior get any more damage out of this game? Oh yeah, there's another opportunity there. Gets another charioteer, gets a kill. So that's very nice for him. Okay, and here we go. Here's the camp panzer. This is the TD that came out in Battle Pass. And it's just going through it like an R3 butter, which is basically the fate of the camp panzer. It's not as useful as a Striv in terms of bouncing shots off its top. And now there's just the arty left, and he's not going to last long. All of his 100 hit points, and in fact there he goes. Alright, so fairly quick battle there, and just again shows the potential of using that choke point. Alright, so let's have a look at the details. 6.6k of direct damage with 3 kills. That's given him the high caliber reward. He's bounced 3.6k of damage. That's given steel wall, and he's earned the Confederate award for damaging at least, I think it's 6 or 7 tanks that then get killed by his team. And you can see he's damaged quite a lot of tanks in that particular rampage there, and that's earned him the Ace Tanker Master badge. Let's have a look at the team score, see what the XP was. So nice, tier 10, tier 9, 1549 base is quite good. And you can see no one's gotten over 3k, so yeah, more than 3, well not quite 3 times, but yeah, 2 and a bit times the closest, which would be the Renegade, it appears. And on the enemy team, the TS5 that he was facing off again came in with top EXP, but not a lot in that total. So the enemy team basically, yeah, not really coping with the map. Alright, so detailed performance for the player. Then 23 shots fired, 18 hits, 17 penetrations. That gave him his damage total. Running on a standard account, so paid for his consumables, and that sort of tipped him over the edge because he was using predominantly his standard ammunition there. Didn't really need to use premium, but he did suffer a loss there of just under 20k, and that just sort of shows that general economics of the higher tiers, that you shouldn't really expect a profit even with a great game like that. Alright, so nice to see a game from EBR Assassin. Haven't had one of his replays on the channel for a little while, so I'm not sure what he's been up to, but he's been away from tanks a little bit, I think. But thanks for the content. Hopefully you've learned something from this or enjoyed it, in which case please give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, have a look at doing that. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.